Howdy.
Hello. Hello.
How's it going?
Good evening. All right. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Got the captain coming back, so
nice.
good.
Nice. Saw that. Saw that stuff. He was looking good. Even getting a little bit physical.
Yeah, he was kind of gooning on all those AHL players a little bit.
I'm sure they were loving it. They were probably loving that.
He said even the players on the other team were like, "It's great to see you back." So
yeah, exactly. It's and they do, a lot of those guys won't get a chance to play with him ever, AHL lifers or whatever. So some of them would be like, "Yeah, here we go."
So I thought it was funny because he was playing with. He spent most of the game playing with Makar's little brother.
Oh, right, okay.
Because he just started his AHL career a couple weeks ago.
Cool.
So, but we'll have some video from that. Having camera troubles, or did something go wrong?
No, I'm just reaching over to type something on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we're total professionals here. We do this for a living.
This is what we do for Saturday nights.
Saturday night, yeah.
Which it feels like this week just disappeared.
I don't know where it was.
It really feels like we just did this.
It's bizarre, yeah. In fact, my wife and I were sitting there earlier on watching something. I don't know what it was, some Korean show, and I was sitting there like this, and we were falling asleep, and this is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is terrible. How am I going to get it up for tonight? And I mean the show, before you say anything else.
Sure you do.
It's just weird. It's just like the whole week has just gone like, and then, like, is it really Saturday? It was so bizarre. But anyway, it's snowing here tonight. It actually snowed. It's bizarre.
I think we actually hit 80.
Yeah. We had a few good days, but today, for some reason, it snowed. Didn't last, but spring in the prairies, what do you expect, you know?
Sure. It's kind of like spring in the Rockies.
What are we having to drink tonight before we go any further?
What am I having? Little Sazerac rye.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I love the bakers.
Could be Sazerac, is a Buffalo Trace product. We'll share some interesting news about Buffalo Trace. I don't know if everybody's aware, but the whole distillery is underwater.
Oh, shit.
The distillery is right on a river, but there's like a 35-foot embankment that it's built up on above the river. Mm-hmm. But the flooding that's taking place in Kentucky has both Warehouse C and Warehouse H and everything else about 13 feet underwater at the moment. So the whole first 13 feet of the warehouse is underwater, including the visitor center is, I think, completely underwater.
Jeez.
Because it's just a one-story building, I believe. So
that
could put a dent in Buffalo Trace's output.
Possibly. I mean, if the water's nice and clean, though, they could use it.
No, this is dirty river water that's brown and nasty.
Well, just like most bourbon is brown and nasty.
Just slightly darker than this.
Anyway, cheers and good luck to them in getting out of that. I hope they fix that and get it.
Yeah, we were just now finally getting Buffalo Trace everywhere.
So, before we do anything else, and good evening, everybody out there in the chat. We can see you all. Good to see you all. We should talk about our playoff bracket. Let me share my screen. Let me be obscene and share my screen.
Yeah, we need more signups, people. Pretty sure we got Bell, and there was one other that
there's
I
a few,
know of.
so we'll show that in a minute. So here's the deal. The deal is we have a playoff bracket, Bourbon and Boarding playoff bracket. Some teams are starting to get locked into this table. 5 days from now, the bracket's open. So we're going to work out perhaps a live Bourbon and Boarding chat bracket pick for the Bourbon and Boarding chat team. It may have to be the Thursday night when the bracket's open, or Friday. I know
Friday
you're going to be in
before
Vegas.
us and an art.
Because we're not sure if we can do it on Saturday because it may be too late.
The playoffs start on Saturday, so there will already have been games played.
Yeah, so
I don't know when it locks.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. And I'm pretty sure last year it didn't lock until a couple of days after for some reason. But I might be wrong. So
that seems like an advantage when you have to pick how many games the series will go.
Yeah, well, it would, wouldn't it? So probably it does lock after a day. But so we'll work.
They don't give you much time to do
they
this.
Don't give you. So we're going to work. We're going to have to work that out. But we do want more sign-ups anyway. So if I look at the league itself, my leagues, Bourbon and Boarding.
They've made this so hard to navigate.
Yeah, we've got me, we've got you, we have Basco, we have Smokey, we have Fun with Collecting, and we have what will be the Bourbon and Boarding 2025 chat. So we want more sign-ups, guys. So if you want to take part, and we'll start sticking some links in as we go, you can DM. You got to contact me or Brahma, and you can DM, because we want to make sure we don't get bots. So we want people to send us the details, and we'll send you the details. So either DM me or Brahma on Twitter, Twix, X, whatever they call it these days, or email us at our email addresses that are on our YouTube channels. I mean, we can put those in later too. But
although I don't know that bots really affect a bracketology the way that they affect a fantasy league, but nobody wants to see a bot win.
Yeah, they didn't last year, but we want to try and avoid that if we can, because in order to get people to sign up, we'd have to put the password out.
Right.
And then we want just viewers of the channel to be in it. So Tim, send me the link for it so I can look into it and hail to you. I will send you the details right now, sir.
And I will in Vegas hound a whole bunch of people down to sign up while we're out there.
So Tim, I'm going to email you right now.
Maybe we can get noted NHL lover Ryan Cannell to join the bracketology.
Yeah, probably not. So I don't know. I wish we could get him to. So I'm putting the bracket challenge link in. So we're doing this live.
We'll do it live.
We're doing it live. This is proof that this show is not AI. So I gotta give you the password too. It's a very difficult one to work out.
Yeah.
Right. So Tim, I am sending you that email right now. This message hasn't been sent. Oh, it has now. You should be getting that email.
And then, then Mike, I don't know. I mean, contact us at one of the places, and we'll pop it right back over to you.
So Mike, you can either
is Mike
DM
on Twitter.
Mike, are you on X? Because you could DM either Brahma or I. If not, we have email addresses. I mean, I don't mind putting mine there because it's on my YouTube page anyway. So I don't think it would matter if I put it in a YouTube chat. It's publicly available anyway.
Right.
So This is riveting YouTube
Okay.
stuff. This.
So Mike's gonna email either me or you, probably you.
So I'm boldly putting my email in there. It's admin@bonnyrigproductions.com.
It's already, readily available on your.
It is. It's on my about
on your
on
YouTube
my YouTube.
page.
Yeah. So it's not like it's super secret. Anyway, any bots that wanted to find it could find it. So anyway, yeah. So sign up. We want as many sign-ups as we can get, but we will do a chat bracket collectively too. We will figure. Machete, don't twix. Yeah, we will figure that one out. Probably though, it's looking like it might be a one-off show on Thursday night, even if it's just me or maybe Brahma.
On Thursday it would have to be just you because that is the night of the actual meetup. So
Friday might be better if the bracket is still open.
7 o'clock until 2 a.m. I'll be occupied likely.
I know. Well, I wish I was there, but unfortunately not. So we will, maybe it'll be Thursday, maybe it'll be Friday. We'll see if it's just me or both of us. But one way or another, we will try and do some kind of bracket stream Thursday or Friday night.
Well, it could technically be as soon as, we might even be able to do it Tuesday night.
Well,
before Mad's thing. It depends on when the spots get locked. Because there's only a few more days of games. Some of these are going to get locked up. So,
well, if all the spots were filled on Tuesday night, we could do it because it doesn't matter. The bracket's not open. We'll just record we can record what the chat
everybody's picks and then enter it. Yeah.
So anyway, the message is to everybody, stay tuned. We'll post stuff on our about page, our community posts and whatever. We'll get the word out when it's going to be, and then if there's a stream, we will publicize it. So anyway, just thought we'd get that out of the way.
But do just stream on yours, I will put a community note or a community post out there, sending the information for that stream out as well.
Okay, mate. Yeah.
That way, chatters from my side can make sure that they don't miss it. Although I'm pretty sure everybody is sub to both of us. So
I think so. Yeah. So anyway, but we might as well look at the other are still running for a few days, right down to the wire. Bourbon and Boarding Fantasy League. I'll refresh this, but I think it is still pretty up to date.
I think I'm down by a half point now.
No, you're down because it says you're even. Right now.
That's strange because I've been down most of the day.
Well, today's stats.
I wonder if somebody got an assist because that would have pulled me out of a tie.
Well, you've got
I got the third assist today, so I only had 2 earlier, so that pulled me out of a tie. I got my half point back. You got another shutout. I saw.
I don't even know who that was.
Meanwhile, look at my goalies for today.
Oh, it was Stollarts for Toronto. They beat Montreal 1-0. So we'll look at your goalies. I'm so glad that I left Shesterkin out again.
Yeah.
Of course, the only time I ever did leave him out deliberately, he got a shutout.
Yep. Right, let's get back. I finally started playing the goalies again, but only in games that should be wipeout style games.
Wipeout. So
Hellebuck gets a freaking shutout against the Kings, a playoff bound team, and then lets in 4 against the freaking Blackhawks today.
Oh, and Mackenzie
Blackwood lets in 5. So all the work from all season, right down the drain right there today.
Blown it.
But I don't have a choice but to play him because Tay's only 3 wins behind me now.
Yeah.
He's finally caught up on wins, and he's got pretty much only goalies left to play, goalies and left wingers.
I think, you've got more opportunities for outfield, left wing, right wing.
You'd think that, except that most of the teams have just decided to stop playing hockey at this point.
Yeah. So you do have a few things remaining there.
Yeah.
But look at all the O's, the DTDs, and there's O's all over the place. I've got those too. So let's go back to the standings. So right now it's tied. It could not be any closer.
With the same amount of games played as well, I think.
Yeah, let me just expand that a little. So you're
Not that the games
101.
played really matters right now. He's out of 3 spots. I'm out of
Yeah.
1 spot.
I think Mike's just too far behind, possibly now.
Yeah, Mike just doesn't have enough places he can make it up, I think.
Yeah, let's take a look at Tay's.
So Tay's got a whole bunch of left wing spots open and his goalies.
He had the other goalie, and he had the LA goalie, Kimber.
Yes, so he
Still
got blown
lost
up a
4
little
goals.
bit too.
Still lost 4
But
goals. Yeah.
he got the win, which is the category that he can catch me easiest
Right.
on.
So he's got 9 left wing left and goalies.
Mm-hmm.
So
And as you can see, he's loaded up on goalies so that he can play 2 a day.
Yeah, that's right. As long as he gets the wins, though. In terms of left wingers, what's he got? Stutzel, McMichael. Sure, he's got a few, so he's got some scope to play those. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll go back to the standings. Let's look at Mike. How many games? Well, let's look at the games played. Mike, you've still got quite a few games left, though, Mike.
But it's almost all defense and goalies.
Right.
Mike's out of most of the position players, I think.
I have to see that.
You got to go into it through the my team and then select him in the drop down.
You got to do this, I think. So, Mike, you are maxed out and everything but D. You got 32 D though.
Yeah.
You really should have been dropping a few guys. But I mean, the D's been picked clean.
D's been picked clean, and those that are still okay D men are injured.
Who has he got? He got Matty Ekholm's injured, yeah. You got Seth Jones.
But even the ones on the list that you can pick up, the top 10 are injured players.
That's right, yeah. I picked up a couple today just to try and change things about. My one and only aim was to try and finish above all the bots, but I think I might end up below one of them.
Let me guess, Bill's awesome team.
Bill's awesome team, yes. However, I might have improved
it. He keeps trying to catch me on assist, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I did pick up a 2.5 today, partly because of the shutout, I think, although I was already top of the shutouts. 62.5. I don't think I'm going to catch Bill because he's got so many games left.
There's not that many games left, though.
Yeah, I won't catch him. So I'll finish above 2 humans, Vasco and Jam.
Yeah, Jamie's cooked.
Jamie's cooked. Yeah, she's well cooked.
She's been cooked for most of the season, though.
A valiant attempt by Mikey, but I think it's between Brahma and Tay, and it might go down to the wire. Might go down to the last day, which is good.
It might go down to which goalies get blown up the most, because if you look at the goalie stats, that's where he can catch ground on me. I can catch ground on a few other places, but I'm 2 wins ahead.
He's 2 behind you.
Which I was like 14 just... 2 weeks ago, I was like 14 points ahead of everybody, so I wasn't playing the goalies. But then look at the goals against average and save percentage, and I can be caught now if I'm activating goalies again.
That's
right. I don't really have a choice but to activate goalies or concede the win point.
He's not going to catch you in goals against or save percentage, though, I don't think.
Right, but others can, like Mike.
Others might, yeah. But also, you may, of course, catch him on goals.
Correct, but he's got a whole bunch of left wingers left, so I'm expecting that he's going to get some goals from them.
Yeah.
Assist, I can make up some ground.
It's tight, very tight. And good evening,
because remember, Bill's expert team could also get goals and catch both of us, or just me.
Possibly. Look at all these wasted players on Bill's expert team.
Mm-hmm. Miko Rantanen.
That reminds us to get 2 assists and we lose again. So we will never win again.
We will never win again.
So that's the... and we'll have to wrap that up, obviously, when we're doing the playoff bracket. But a titanic struggle to the end, which is good. So, looking at the scores today, well, first, I mean, it has to be said, congratulations to the Colorado Avalanche on their first round playoff win against the Dallas Stars. I'll just say that right now. Get it out of the way. Because we are trash right now. 5 losses in a row. 12 games we've been out in a row. We've been outshot by almost by a margin of 2-1 in every game. And today, we even managed to play a defense. They rested Harley and Lindell, and it looked like it. We were bad enough in defense without them. It was atrocious today. So we're in terrible shape. They look completely lost. So I don't think. I mean, there's no switch that can be flipped here. We're just going that direction.
There's the playoff switch.
Nah, don't see it. They just look like they couldn't care less. The players today, it's dreadful. And I know
the excuses. Both teams are locked in, so there's nothing really to be.
Yeah, but they needed to try and prove something that this terrible slide they've been on can be broken and get some morale. And they just nah. They lost 4 power play goals today.
Or 1 game remaining?
2 left now, I think. Or
2 left.
But it's just
we finish the season tomorrow, so we'll be sitting for the whole week.
Well, I know, and that's another thing which would help. So, it's funny because I'm not a gambling man, and for the first time ever, the other day I put money on a bet against the Stars. I bet the Jets to win by 3 or more goals, and I won quite a bit of money. Well, quite a bit for me. I won, it wasn't like I won $5. It was more than that, but it wasn't in the thousands or hundreds even. But anyway, point is I won. So that was the easiest money I've ever won. I just knew it was going to happen. And it's terrible to bet against your own team. I mean, I thought, but it's just a certainty we're going to get absolutely squashed by Winnipeg, and we were. It was dreadful. It was like a bunch of senior whale shit hockey players would have worked harder or played better. So it's not looking good.
We went out today against the Kings with at least 6 of our players just sitting out resting. Like, they didn't make the trip. They went and watched Landeskog last night and tonight.
So
but
you
we've got McKinnon, Manson. Yeah, I was kind of happy that we actually put up a bit of a fight against the Kings. I was very sad that it came at the expense of Blackwood, because that's not helping his confidence.
Yeah.
After the game, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna shoulder that one, because 3 of them were screens, 2 of them were on power plays, and we're playing with an AHL team. So
yeah,
I'll look and see what I can improve. But outside of that, this one will not be in my head at all, because I know
of course
not my
not.
fault.
It was an AHL, and I guess we could have said today we were playing an AHL defense almost, but still, it wasn't that. It's there's a general malaise sweeping through the Stars. Mentally or whatever, I don't know what it is, and they've just collapsed, and Pete DeBoer looks completely lost. But it's season 3 for Pete DeBoer. This is a classic Pete DeBoer. 3rd season, everything turns to shit. He's got no motivation skills. His hands in pockets.
So you're not excited about you're not excited about this matchup.
Nope.
But what is the most exciting matchup that you think is going to be taking place? I know they're not all locked in, but out of the potential matchups, what do you think is going to be an interesting one?
Well, I don't quite know where they're going to fall. I should probably look at the where we think they're going to fall.
Yeah, we can do that during the standings.
I think we should look at that in the standings.
I'm very interested in the possible Winnipeg-St. Louis matchup.
Well, that one is interesting because although the Blues have wobbled a bit recently, I mean, that was only to be expected after their tremendous run, and it's not like they've collapsed. So,
right,
that one is going to be a tough one given Winnipeg's past history.
Well, they've gone out in the first round the last 2 years and didn't make the playoffs the year before that.
Yeah,
but they were a buzzsaw all year, and Hellebuck probably should get nods for the Hart. Not just
probably, yeah.
I mean, there's a good argument to be made that the reason they're top of the league or close to it is because of Hellebuck.
I think so, although they look reasonably solid in other areas too. They're very good defensively. Apart from just Hellebuck, I think they're extremely good defensively. Once they get a lead, it's hard to displace them from that.
Yeah, they play pretty tight once they've got a lead.
I think Aylner's got injured today, though.
Eller's got injured. Yeah. Yes, he ran into a ref or something, and it looked like it was a knee injury.
Yeah, I think
so he may be out.
He did look pretty bad. He was having trouble getting off. So
one of the Oilers is out for the remainder of the year too. Was it Ekholm?
Matty Ekholm's out right now. I don't know whether he's out for the rest of the year. But,
I think they basically said today that it looks like he's out for the rest of the year.
As in playoffs too?
As in will not play another game during this season is what it looks like.
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, I saw they've got a few players that have been in and out, but yeah, so there's injuries will play a part, but yeah, I think Winnipeg, it's funny, the West is going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the Central's got 5 teams in their side of the bracket.
Which is why this playoff style is so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm fine with 5 teams getting in. I'm not fine with the way they seed the playoffs. It's horrible.
And also this year, for the first time in NHL history, apparently there are no Rangers, Bruins, or Penguins in the playoffs.
First time ever.
First time ever. That's incredible when you think. Well, first time since those 3 teams have been in the league. I mean, obviously before, long time ago, that would have been the case too. But when did the Penguins join? What, the late 60s? I can't remember. Anyway, first time in NHL history since they've been in the league that all 3 have missed it. Rangers particularly fallen from grace, given the
they
President's
were hanging
Trophy.
on by a thread, and it's been a long time since we've had last year's President's Trophy winner not even make the playoffs the next season, if that's ever happened. I'm sure it has, but it can't be something that happens a lot.
It's not common. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that despite that, the Bruins not being there, we're still going to have Marchand in the playoffs. So.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
I've got a clip of Marchand.
Well, is this the one of him getting chirped about his suntan or something? Or
the one where Evan Rodriguez was being interviewed at the end of the game about Marchand finally getting his first goal as a
I didn't. I was thinking of a different one. Go ahead, let's play that then.
Let me find it real quick, because it was pretty funny.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I did have one which was this was, I don't know if it's the same one.
No, this is a different one.
Different one. This is
it's funny. Been a while. You look a little different, Biz. Go ahead.
Brad, it's Biz. Congrats on the move. I was just wondering, between your nose and 5-head, how long does it take to apply sunscreen to those areas?
It's good. I was watching your pregame. I don't know what's going on with that bowl cut up there. You can shave the rest of your head. Ears down is what you went in there for. That's a tough one. Tough look.
It's a medium fade, Brad. That's what they call that. You're not digging
back
it.
The bowl cut. I like that. I don't mind it. They just forgot to do anything else and shave and then leave the rest.
Well, thanks for noticing, Brad, and watching the program. We're a big fan of yours, of course.
Absolutely. How long does it take you to apply the sunscreen?
Between the nose and the 5-head.
It's funny.
Here's Evan, Evan Rodriguez is on the Florida Panthers team with Brad, and they ask him, it's a little bit quiet, so they ask him, what did you think about Marchand getting his first goal as a Panther?
It sucked. I wasn't happy for him. He's a rat, and I wasn't too happy.
Fair.
All right, have a good night.
Just to see him by the back of
Yeah, he's not wrong. I've hated him. We skated together in the summer, and I've hated him for a long time, so that's not going to change now. But he's a scumbag, too.
I think they're only half joking.
The thing is, it's scary. I'm starting to like Brad Marchand.
Oh, every time you see him talk, he's funny. You hate him as a player, but I think some people are right. They were saying in that other thread that he's going to end up in the media after his career. I think he will. He's a natural. Yeah. He's an absolute natural.
Yep.
So
but that one was funny. Evan Rodriguez. Yeah, it sucked.
He's a rat.
I'm not happy that it happened. He's a rat.
Yeah, he's a bit of a natural, funny guy. But yeah, no Rangers. The Rangers, Bruins is expected, maybe, but no Rangers, no Bruins, no.
Well, at the trade deadline, the Bruins were still in a playoff spot. Remember, so
everybody in the East was in a playoff spot until about 5 days ago. Everybody.
Yeah, that's kind of true too.
It's kind of weird. Finally, some of them started to get eliminated, but even today they're not done yet. I don't think. Well, let's check it out. In fact, we'll look at the scores first, just quickly. Not that it really matters. Most of the scores, there's a couple of things to play for, but the Wild are losing to the Canucks 2-0, and that's the Canucks. That's just the record-setting Canucks, by the way.
Yeah.
Here,
let
scored
me
3 goals
transition it so that we're showing it.
They scored 3 goals in 1 minute, last minute of the game to defeat the Dallas Stars. History was made.
Yeah, that one was wild.
5-2 up, Stars.
With 1 minute remaining on the clock.
1 minute to go, the Canucks score 3 goals, tie the game, and then win it in overtime. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean by we are so dog shit. Like, soft as dog shit. It's incredible. So, but the Wild are, I think there was a bit of a talking to going on after the first period, but it doesn't seem to have helped. I think they had some kind of closed doors Barney, but because they're, well, I mean, you look at the standings, so I'll just flip briefly. You think, yeah, I mean, there's still scope for the Wild to drop out of that.
I mean, Calgary's got 3 games left.
Yeah. There's someone may well drop out here, and if I was to pick a team, it would be the Wild, not the Blues. So,
but that would also involve Calgary winning a couple games.
It would, but they're...
Calgary would have to win 2 with the Wild and the Blues winning, well, one of them winning 0.
The Wild are losing right now tonight to the Canucks. The Predators are losing to the Golden Knights 3-1. I think there's some kind of significance in that from a West perspective, points-wise. If they overtake the Stars, who are at 106 right now, Vegas will overtake them tonight if they win. I think that gives them some kind of home advantage seeding if those 2 teams were to play. As we know, that's not going to happen because we'll be out after the first round. So,
well, I think the only time they would end up playing would be the conference finals, right?
That would be, but it would matter if that was if the Knights had more points. So,
well, it depends on the overall seeding.
Yeah,
more than the points, because I mean, because of the way they seed it, I don't know which way it would play out.
Apparently, I think that Vegas would end up as the second seeds in the West. Anyway, I was reading about it earlier. Whether it would only have an impact if they ever met.
Yeah.
But it's still an impact you have to think about. Yeah, you have to think about it.
My phone just blew up. Apparently, word is that Landeskog has scored in his second game in the AHL.
Oh, wow. Well, if you look for a clip. You'll need to look for a clip.
Yeah, I'll see if they've got one out there.
Yeah, so anyway, the Blues are losing tonight against the Kraken. So that race for those 2 wildcard slots in the West is going to may well go down to the wire as well. I'm kind of cheering on Calgary because they are my nearest team. Calgary's the nearest city here, so fair enough. Wouldn't mind seeing that. Flyers beat the Islanders. Actually, that was the Flyers it was the Flyers that put the Rangers out, so they eliminated the Rangers. I'm sure they enjoyed that.
Yeah. I'm sure they did.
Yeah, obviously the Washington Capitals, most of the players have gone on holiday before the playoffs, beaten So, exactly. Well, Ovi isn't playing, so that's for sure.
That's a few beatdowns that they've taken, I think.
Yeah. I think they've just given up now that Ovi's got the record. They're just giving up. And we will show us a couple of clips of that later, because I think last week it was tying. He tied when we were on the show. It's the day.
Yeah,
it's
the Sunday
he went over.
morning during my bullpen show is when we got the word that he had scored the go-ahead goal.
The big one. That's a weird game because they stopped the game for about 15 minutes to present him with stuff.
Yeah.
And then
It's so weird. I mean,
just throw the rest of the game.
you know, at the end of the season when teams are playing for the playoffs and whatnot, you know, let's just pause the game for 15 minutes and have a ceremony.
A ceremony, yeah. Well, Bettman needed to be on the ice. So Canes, it's pity WG's not here because Canes beat the Rangers 7-3. A nice little tuning up for the Canes in scoring perspective. Titanic struggle for the Avalanche AHL second team.
Yeah.
Playing tonight. Almost took the Kings down. Almost.
Brock Nelson did get his 300th goal tonight, so that was good because that gets that monkey off of his back, you know, before the play. I mean, the playoff goals don't count, but it would suck to end the season one off of that and have that still lingering on your mind.
Well, it's funny you should say that because in our defeat tonight, the Dallas Stars, Jamie Benn in the last minute scored a goal, which would have been his 400th goal. It was called off for goaltender interference. Like,
nice.
Goodness. I mean, you could make the argument just as well because it was an unforgettable game where we played like dog shit and it wouldn't have made any difference. So maybe keep it for when it makes any difference. But I was saying that on a Stars forum and the others were saying, well, you mean later next season? Because it'll take him that long.
Yeah, it'd have to be next season because the playoffs, you don't count them.
But they said late next season, meaning he's not going to score for about another
for the
8
first
months.
Half.
Anyway, we're all so depressed. That's what it is. Panthers 3, Sabres 2. Now, this is an important one because the Leafs beat the Habs 1-0. Habs have been on a bit of a run. And in the East...
Real quick. WG for $20. I'm here. Here's a 20 to prove it.
Why, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, WG. It's always good to see you, mate. And thank you very much for the $20. That is very, very gentlemanly of you. How are you feeling about your team's chances, WG? Let us know. Just because you did that...
I think the Canes and the Panthers have the best shot out of the East.
Just because you did that, I'm going to have to play you a clip. And sorry, you don't want to see those.
What are you bookmarking, Brian?
Never you mind.
Apparently.
It's very specific to movies. It's movies, girls that are in movies. But right, so we'll show you this. We'll play it because we were talking about them, and it's nothing to do with the Canes, but we'll show a bit of our friend Brad Marshall.
Are you sure about this? Don't move. At Sam Adams, we craft every beer with love and attention to detail.
Smash in the green!
And our new Marchandi, it's no different. In fact, we brought Brad Marchand in to help on the process.
It's Marchand! Get it right, guys!
I'm going to call him Marchand.
Whoa, guys!
Brad!
Yeah, smash that green!
It's sweet and delicate.
Just like me.
Wow. Get him down, shirt over his head, and then put him down. I'm in your head. You like that? Yes. What are you going to do? Nothing. Yeah, switch sides, get him there, and then right there.
At the end of the day, Brad made all the difference.
The Boston legend.
It's weird. It is not bringing in my chat from my YouTube for some reason.
Oh, right. Oh, dear.
So, since I can't pull it up, yeah, there's a whole bunch of chatting going on in my YouTube that we can't see. But WG for $20 over there. Congrats to Western Michigan for winning the NCAA hockey championship tonight. Also, congrats to Dallas and Colorado for meeting in the first round. Lastly, Canes signed Nikishin. Hopefully he can be a black ace for the playoffs.
Well, let's hope so. Mentioning the NCAA, I did have one clip from it, but of course it's all over now, and Western Michigan have won. They won the Frozen Four. This was This was well before that. It's the only clip I've got.
They've created off of just getting bodies below the goal line.
Open man, Hendricks in front. Save. Rebound score. It is Hendricks.
Yeah, I was a little bit upset that DU got put out in the semifinal round in a double overtime game.
Well, there's all sorts of playoffs on at the moment, obviously. I believe the crowd were pretty wild in this game tonight.
You know what's weird? I'm not even sure how we are broadcasting to my channel. It's not showing it as a destination, but I can see it live.
It must, because it's YouTube, it probably just automatically broadcasts. Maybe you haven't put the link in to get the...
Oh, I did.
Have you linked to the event? Okay. Anyway, so well done to Western
thank you,
Michigan.
WG.
Thank you, WG. Yeah, well done to Western Michigan. Yeah, I mean, you've got OHL is on right now, WHL, there's probably other ones. OHL and WHL, I think, are both in the second round right now, so we'll probably talk about those at some point.
So Superior Nav had a comment about Ovi's goal on my side. He said, "Did you hear about Ovi's comments about his secret to achieve success on the ice? He has sex before the game and after."
Yes, but who with?
Probably the wife from the commercial that's upset about the life insurance.
That's right, yeah. Oh, well, we've got all those adverts here. So. Sorry, I was just chatting. I was just saying hail to TZ Burton over my Rumble. Yeah, so Jets 5, Blackhawks 4. They're meaningless, I guess, other than the Jets getting some scoring practice. Still, they lost 4. Couldn't have been hell about playing, was it? Did you say he was playing?
Yeah.
He was playing, and he lost 4. 5.
Yep.
4.
Yeah, against Chicago.
4 against Chicago. So you weren't expecting that, no?
No, I wasn't expecting it to get to the shootout. The Jets took forever to tie that game up. It was the last couple minutes.
And then the Utah Hockey Club winning 5-3 with 4 power play goals in that game against Dallas.
Against a very disciplined Dallas Stars team.
Very disciplined, yes. Now, true, we weren't playing Harley or Lindell, but I mean, our defense is dreadful anyway. I just, it's not that. Everyone was thinking, can we at least get a bit of pushback from the forwards and make it look like they actually care and maybe even try shooting?
I wonder what the word is down in Dallas about Heiskanen, because I know that they had kind of said back towards the trade deadline that they didn't think he was going to make the first round.
Well,
but we all kind of were like, I don't really trust that. But
today,
now it's starting to sound like it is that.
Well, they're desperate. They're absolutely desperate because they've collapsed. They're an absolute shambles defensively, and it's just the forwards are spread to them now.
Right, but now it's sounding like he is out probably for the first round. It wasn't.
Well, Pete DeBoer, though, Pete DeBoer today or yesterday was saying that they expect him to play some of the first round, but he will not be up to playoff speed. So they're going to throw him in there regardless. Okay. And he won't be fit or ready to go, but they're desperate. They're toiling so badly right now that any kind of a boost is what they're looking for. I think they need more than that. I suspect I don't know. Dallas doesn't do things like this, but if Pete DeBoer does get turfed out, if we're swept in the first round, he should be fired because he has shown an absolute lack of leadership or motivation for 2 months now. All the problems,
and after spending the money to get a Rantanen onto your team,
and playing him in the wrong line, and persisting in playing him in the wrong line. Now he should still be doing better.
He's getting some assists. Couple goals.
He's got 17 points in 18 games, but it's still not enough. And the minute they put him on the line for a few minutes with like a Duchesne and Johnston, it looks like it would work.
Yeah,
they're buzzing. Puts him back at Robertson, hence nothing happens. So
Duchesne and Johnston, second line for you guys.
Johnson's often on the third line, centering the third line with Ben and Dadonov. So unfortunately for him, even though Johnson's racked up some great numbers this year, he's playing with 2 absolute plugs. So the poor kid is just.
I'm just wondering if DeBoer is looking at cost of Rantanen and saying we can't not play him on the top line.
That's what it is. It's a sunk cost fallacy. Well, this should be the first line because of the 3 top guys. Well, it does if they don't work right together.
Right. Either you make a new top line or you drop 2 of the top liners and keep Rantanen up there and bring in somebody who works.
Yeah, the system doesn't work.
Because
Rantanen
is your highest paid player now, I believe.
Oh, by quite some distance, yeah.
So that should be who you build the line around, not move him to the second line.
He's
That's
not
a
doing
waste
that.
of...
He's not doing that. De Boer is notorious for not being able to adjust, especially when things are going wrong. It puts his hands in his pockets, keeps his mouth shut, and does nothing.
Yeah.
He's certainly not a motivational guy, and he does allow players to just slack off, and that's what's happened for the last few weeks. They just slacked off. No accountability, so nobody gets benched. I did find
Landeskog's first goal in 3 seasons.
Go for it.
Let me bring it up real quick. It's a little bit of a longer clip, probably because I'm assuming there's going to be a bit of celebration on the ice.
TJ Tynan slithers down the left wing wall. Moving up high, Rosen with it. High slot. Over for Tynan once more. Back for Rosen. Long shot. Deflects, goes wide. Picked up by Tynan again.
He is playing in his office right there in front of the goalie.
McDonald in behind the nets. Tynan picks it up. Left wing half wall.
Here it comes, I guess.
Rosen. Back for Tynan. Upstairs. Rosen. One-timer. Scores!
Deflection.
Landeskog!
That's what he does.
And there's your punctuation on a comeback weekend for the captain. We're tied at 3.
Nice.
And that's actually an important goal for the Eagles because they're getting ready, or they're trying to win the division, the Pacific Division in the AHL. So.
Yeah. AHL
camera work. It's dizzying.
I expect that game was pretty well attended tonight.
Won that battle with Hag.
Excuse
Good
me.
for him.
I don't know because
sounded like it.
Yesterday's tickets were going for like $600. If you didn't have season tickets already, you were going to be paying to go see Landeskog's return.
Well,
they were scalping the hell out of those tickets.
I don't think I'd be paying that regardless. But
I don't get that until the 3rd round. For our playoff tickets, the season tickets, we'll sell off a couple games each round depending on how the round is going. But you don't get like $600 until semifinals.
Sure. Yeah, so I was going to say you should sell your first round tickets because you'll only be selling 2 of them then. There's no point in going. You might as well wait till you've got a real game you can go and see.
I go to 1 game each round and then sell the second home game usually, or I go to the second home game, sell the first one, and then any closeout game I try to go to. So
yeah, well,
because it's rare to see the Avs close out anybody at home.
Well, you should go to game 4 this time because you will see them close the Stars out.
Well, I'm hoping so.
I can't see any of. I can't see anything. No, it's just realist. I'm a realist. They're dog shit right now, and you can't just go, "Oh, it's day 1 of the playoffs. All that's gone now." It just won't happen that way. It's just not going to happen. They've got 0 confidence and 0 effort going in. So, just to return to this, though, so really all that's left to decide, and it may go down to the wire, is the wild card in the West with 3 teams still in it.
Which is funny because we've been talking about how the East is so undecided, and it's the wild card in the West.
I don't think we really saw. Yeah, I don't think we really saw anybody doing what the Blues did, and then the Flames coming closer now. So it didn't look like that for a long time. And then the East, well, even though technically Columbus and the Red Wings are still in it, and I know Montreal lost tonight. Yeah.
No.
I think it's done.
Actually, still in it.
think the Habs are.
That's why I was
probably
saying
gonna do
by even Tuesday we may actually have the bracket set, because it's only going to take like one more win for the teams above them, or one more loss from Columbus or Detroit, and they're done.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that then, because we do want to get our playoff bracket done. We do want to do our playoff bracket, and what I'm talking about for those who may be late is this is our playoff bracket, the Bourbon and Boarding 2025 playoff bracket league, whatever you want to call it. We want as many people in this as possible. Bracketology. We can see a few people are already signed up. If you want to be part of it, you can either DM me or Brahma on X,
or pop us an email from our YouTubes.
Pop us an email from our About sections of our YouTubes, and we will send you the details. Get as many people as possible would be great, and we'll do a Bourbon and Boarding 2025 chat bracket, which is collectively picked by the chat, and we will do a stream in order to pick that bracket. So keep an eye open for that. Right. Nice.
And I will actually try to commit to checking my email over the next few days.
So, so Mike's saying Habs are in. I don't know, were they technically in? Did that happen?
I think the only two teams that were still on the bubble that weren't clinched were...
I don't know. Think the
closed
Habs
it out.
Technically in tonight. They got a point. I don't think that's enough to put. I think there are still enough games for the Blue Jackets to catch them if the Habs lose their final two games and the Blue Jackets won every game.
Yeah, he's saying not mathematically yet.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no way. I don't think.
Most likely in.
Yeah, it's most likely in. Yeah. So quite a few Canadian teams making it this year in the playoffs. Quite a few Canadians.
And I still think the only one that has a chance to actually bring the cup back to Canada is probably Winnipeg. But that depends on Hellebuck shaking this this crazy history of getting blown out in the first round.
Well, you know what? That might have to break sometime. So this could be the year. Who knows?
Could be. Just like I think this is the year that the Kings actually take out Edmonton in the first round.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm interested. You were talking about interesting matchups. That one's an interesting one. The Kings are looking pretty slick right now. Edmonton are a little bit banged up.
They're banged up.
You know what they're like. If you can shut down the top two guys, the rest are... There's not a tremendous amount of depth, and goaltending is always an issue for them and defense. So, Kings, I think, could well
and there's also just the fact that Edmonton has run deep for a couple of years. They may be broken down and tired enough to lose to the Kings finally in the first round, which I would love to see, because the last thing I want to see is Edmonton ever. Well, not Edmonton, but McDavid specifically ever get a cup.
I know. It just isn't it weird? I wouldn't want to see that either. I don't know why.
I mean, it's kind of like all the crap with the Four Nations, and McDavid. It was just like, yep, yay.
At some point, let's say
it's just something where they all the accolades, but he can never get it done because him and Draisaitl just take every dollar they can get.
I don't know how long he's got left on his current contract, but you've got to wonder if he goes another 3...
He's got a few more years, I think.
Let's say he goes another 3-4 years with Edmonton, doesn't win a cup. At some point, he's going to start looking at jumping ship to somebody some year as a trade deadline thing that's got a chance of winning.
Or he could just not take a gigantic check for one contract and take a hometown discount so they can get some other players around him, specifically a goalie.
But if he's never done that till now, I don't see him doing that in the future.
Exactly. So, I mean, what is getting traded going to do for you? Because he's going to be a hard trade because of his contract and the salary cap, and you're not likely to want to sign him for the amount that he's going to be asking. So,
wherever he goes, he'd have to give a discount. Wherever he goes,
you would think so. So why not do it for the place you've been playing for?
You know damn well Toronto Maple Leafs will sign him. They just sign anybody. They seem to be able to sign anyone they want for any money they want. Isn't that right, Mike? Just kidding. Vegas will sign him and put him in LTIR until the playoffs.
Good.
Fuck Mike Stone.
It's got to feel.
Fuck Mark Stone.
It's got to feel weird for Mark Stone to still be playing at this point in the season.
I know he must be. I've never played in March and April. This is weird. Do those months even exist? But
I know.
But fuck Mark Stone. That's all I can say. The man that tried to and succeeded in injuring Miro and did it. It was deliberate. I don't care what anybody says. He deliberately injured him and it worked and he got away with it. So anyway,
yeah.
I admit I'm biased, but. So
you think?
So what have we got? I want to play something. I want to play a clip. Oh, okay. Well, I'll start with just something that isn't a clip, but it's just a sort of a in passing. We did lose a few people this week. It's hard to see this. I know it's not very big, as they say. So R.I.P. to these gentlemen. Jerry McNamara, who Mike will probably know as the Leafs, long-time Leafs. He was a goalie. I think he was 90 when he died. Goalie, and then a scout, and then a GM for the Leafs. Greg Millen, who was a goalie as well. It's a bad week for goalies. Player.
Yeah.
Played for multiple teams. One of them was the Whalers, actually. Player and broadcaster latterly. So played for Pens, Whalers, Blues, Nordiques, Blackhawks, and the Red Wings. So he played for the Whalers and the Nordiques. So a couple of teams that are
two defunct teams.
Two defunct teams. But so R.I.P. to Greg, and he was not him and Ray Shero were not necessarily that old, as it were. So and R.I.P. to Ray Shero, who was GM of the Penguins and Devils as it was a defenseman, NCAA guy. I think he was drafted by the Kings but never actually played, but spent most of his career in hockey as a GM. So R.I.P. to those gentlemen. Thank you for your contributions to this wonderful sport, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers. So moving on from that, though, let's play. This is funny. So Dmitry Voronkov received a game misconduct in this game, but then for some reason continued to play. And so he got an illegal player. That's a loaded term, illegal. He should be deported from the game.
Apparently nobody knew that he was given the game misconduct.
Columbus number 10 received a 10-minute misconduct earlier in the period. He was no longer eligible, and then he was on the ice. So there was an illegal player for Columbus on the ice. They have a minor penalty for an illegal player, and number 10 for Columbus is still removed from the hockey game.
No, I'm still playing him.
He's still removed from the hockey game.
Still removed.
I have never seen this.
I love the fact that he's getting upset. I hate that guy.
Knew that Voronkov had been given the misconduct penalty.
Well, I can tell you who else didn't know, and that's the guy that's yelling at John McIsaac there. He's like, I had no idea.
He's always yelling, though.
So anyway,
but did they actually announce it?
Well, maybe not, because nobody seemed to know, even the player.
Nobody seemed to know, because you would think you would think Washington would be watching it like a hawk. We never saw that guy go down the tunnel.
I mean, they were only winning 6-0 at that point, so I guess it didn't matter too much. But that's funny.
Yeah, it really didn't matter.
Captain Blue Jacket behind the bench. Yeah, that's funny. It's very funny. There he is, Captain Blue Jacket. He's got the shield.
Mm-hmm. That is an ugly tie.
That's a very ugly time. He's a very ugly man. So.
You're in a feisty mood tonight, eh?
I've never seen that guy not angry. But, kind of. Why not?
I hate this guy. I hate this guy.
I hate this guy. I hate that. I don't hate him. I just,
this guy's
I just
ugly.
don't like him. There's a big difference. I don't hate anybody. Well, that's probably not true.
I do have the play that Eller's got injured on tonight.
All right. Okay.
So we can take a look at the ugly real quick. So it did happen. It was a collision with a ref. I haven't actually watched it yet, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah, I did see that the trouble is the collision was, I think, from a very bad camera angle.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't look good at all.
It'll show it on the replay, but he's not putting a whole lot of weight on.
No, I don't like to see that.
The legs.
Do not like to see that.
So it's in the upper left.
Here. Yeah. Oh. Gotta admit that ref. That was a pretty good block by that ref.
Well, I mean, the linesman typically does post up at the line.
Yeah, that linesman should have got a penalty for interference.
Knee contact.
Yeah. No, it doesn't look
automatic.
good.
Automatic suspension.
They will miss him if he doesn't make it.
Well, the way he was getting up and getting out of there did not look good.
No, it did not.
I don't know that anybody's really at fault here, though.
No, it's just one of these things. It's not like it was an Avs game and he causes a goal.
Or the puck went up into the netting and you just don't whistle it.
Yeah.
Over and over and over this season.
They say cannabis is harmless, the comment underneath. I don't know what that's got anything to do with it.
Yeah, there has been a lot of the refs being way too in the way this year.
Oh, God, yeah.
Especially in the last 2 months.
It's the one. What was the one we showed with the guy? The ref looked like he actually deliberately intervened to kick the puck. That was a game.
Well, there was the one where the ref jumped when we were. It was a power play for the other team, so it would have been our goalie playing it behind the net. Instead, the ref jumped in front of the puck, or toe picked in front of the puck, is what they're claiming. Stops the puck, and none of our guys are expecting it because the puck should have gone all the way down and around to the goalie, and it should have been our puck. And instead, their team gets to it and skates in and scores. That was just a couple weeks ago, but
nuts.
Yeah,
there's been some real weird stuff. So the Habs are making a big deal out of Ivan Demidov, who I guess was their big draft pick. So there was a little clip of him here doing some stuff. So this is what we can expect.
Yeah.
This is in the rules now. You're actually
that.
allowed to throw the stick with the puck on it.
That was a few months ago.
Oh, it's an old one, yeah. But
or is that last year?
I think it's earlier this year, but I'm not entirely sure. Now, what I'm wondering is that puck actually, was it just so cold that it froze to the, or did he actually have some tape? Did he have some
put
tape?
Some glue on it, or double-sided tape.
But I think that's fine. I think it's the throwing. If the throwing of the stick is to be allowed now, then that would make the game interesting.
Right. It's like the Michigan, only slightly different.
That would be the Moscovian. Anyway, they're all getting excited about him. I guess he's going to play soon.
Yeah.
They had the Marc-Andre Fleury retiral tour goes on, and he's getting love all over the place. This was in Calgary.
That last game in Minnesota, though, he won the game, but it was an 8-7 game.
I know. Hey, a win is a win.
It's a win, but 8-7. I mean, holy crap.
Yeah, that was a wild game. But is there anybody who doesn't like Fleury? That's weird. He's just like so beloved. Everyone's giving him a great time. There was a couple of players retired tonight. Was it Pat Maroon and Martinez? Yep. Both retired
Maroon's
tonight.
Maroon's last game was tonight.
Yeah, I think Martinez as
went
well.
Went out with a loss, and Alec Martinez. Yep.
Yeah, so that's 2 more gone. I mean, no Pat Maroon.
They did a handshake line for Maroon and Martinez.
Yeah, I hope somebody punched Maroon in the handshake line.
Nope, they didn't.
Sorry, he's been a bit of a thorn in many team sides. Physical guy.
A bit of a goon.
A bit of a goon, yeah. So what else have we got? Oh, this is funny.
We got a bunch of fights.
Oh, we got loads of fights. Should I go play one, or do you want to play one?
Go for it.
Right, so this is funny because I do love it. Again, I love this. Pete Blackburn on X. Should give credit to a lot of these people we follow. Credit to Jordan Binnington. This is the first time in history he has attacked an opponent without trailing by 4+ goals first.
Out in front, and Binnington wants a piece of Perry.
And it's Perry, which is even funnier.
Binnington always wants a piece of somebody.
With Nurse. Pug Colson has a dance partner with Falk. And now Perry wrestling with Jake Neighbors. And they're going to drop the glove.
Hello, Davina.
Davina, good evening. I'm surprised. I mean, Perry's like 84 now and he's still playing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm exaggerating. He's only 44.
Looks slightly scared to death.
He does. He's like, I mean, he's got brittle bones. He's so old. Don't punch me. But yeah, Binnington.
Binnington wants a piece of Perry.
And yet, it's funny because Binnington ends up not fighting. He gets shepherded away. He's good at that.
But he also he swings with his blocker, which is supposed to be an automatic penalty.
Yeah. That's funny. It's the first time he fought without being 4 goals down.
Yep. Well, we saw Ehlers get injured, but before that, he actually was in a fight this week.
Ooh.
If I can get it to
naughty,
actually
naughty
pull up
boy,
the right one.
Naughty boy.
Do you recall this one?
Is this the Sam Steele dropping the gloves?
Steele.
This is the cleanest glove drop you'll ever see. First of all, I love the tackle. And then look at this glove drop.
Yeah, but
Whoa,
look at the cold cock to the face first.
And Sam Steele's not a big guy as well. He's just a little guy. But the gloves, I love that.
Ehlers isn't exactly a big guy either.
That's probably why Steele picked him.
They hung in there and wrestled.
I mean, it wasn't much of a fight after that, but
no.
So Steele wrestles him to the ice.
Steele
and then punches him
throwing that punch to the face before you drop the gloves was a bit dirty.
Well,
and then they just hold each other.
I know.
It's like they're the Thompson twins.
Hold me now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold me, Nelson.
Stay with me.
Hold me. See, we're going to go start singing 80s pop tunes now.
Yeah.
But I do love that that's the cleanest glove drop ever, I think I've seen.
Yeah. The Caps and the Blues went at it during that game that we saw that 7-0 score earlier. So let's pull that one up real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody went at it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Obviously, a lot of people are not going to be in the playoffs in the PHL players that are playing tonight. Yeah, let's get a fight.
Yep. There were like 3 or 4 fights in this game after this, too.
It's weird. What have they got against each other? I never knew they had so much.
I think it was the lopsided score and the just everybody got upset. You got to prove something when you're getting beat 6-0.
Same division as well. So.
Keep in mind, this is the second period. It's already 6-0.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, you're getting a beating put on you, even if you're not playing your regular players. Some of the people on the ice have some pride.
Well, that's why Sam Steele got into that, because Stars were getting humiliated. So at least he tried something. The rest of his gutless teammates did nothing. So this is also the this is it's not a fight, but this is an interesting one. This is we'll see what you think of this. Oh, Wilson rolling the caps, of course. So that was actually a goal.
That's Wilson's fault.
Yeah, it's Wilson's fault. That was a goal.
Did they give him the goal?
I think the goal counted. But that's quite
looks painful.
Yeah, Wilson absolutely barrels him in there.
Yeah, I mean, Wilson absolutely causes him to go into the goalie.
Wilson lingered. Why would Blake do this? But people say, oh, that shouldn't be a goal. But yeah, hurt his own goalie, Wilson, doing that. That's the thing. He actually hurt his own goalie.
Yeah, right as we're going into playoffs.
Yeah, so he's a bit
genius
of a good
move when you're well ahead of the competition and you've already locked in your place.
Yeah, I think this might have been the best fight of the week. I might be wrong, but this is the Sharks.
The new guy, Nathan Villeneuve.
Yeah, this was a beauty of a fight.
Sabrin is just absolutely feeding him with the lefts. Morrison comes back with the right. Sabrin just teed off. That's actually Villeneuve, excuse me. Villeneuve, I think he just sparked up the wrong train, his pro debut.
Yeah, this is his debut
Sabrin,
game.
Welcome to the American Hockey League, young fella.
Spirited, I thought. Very spirited. Nice fight.
Well, and there was a very large size disparity there as well.
There was,
so, the rookie coming in and fighting a guy much bigger. Good on you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I might have had a different angle of that one. Oh, no, it's a different one. That's the only angle I've got. Well, that was a nice one. Yeah, nice spirited. Some actual punches going in.
Yeah, I
stopped those punches with his face. Yes, he stopped them pretty well, I thought.
I've got somebody debuting as well. I at least I think it was a debut, and he gets absolutely blown up. I think this was Ryan Leonard's debut. There was a fight later in the game, but yeah, this is a welcome to the NHL type hit. So Adam Fantilli, huge hit on Ryan Leonard. Boom. Don't go across the middle without looking at where you're going.
Fantilli lace. Oh, wow.
Perfectly clean hit.
Perfectly clean.
Blown up.
Completely blown up, yeah. Oh, yes.
That was pretty sweet.
You're going to have to reset your shoulders after that one. That's pretty good. There's been a few good ones this week.
I think he fought later in the game. I'm going to try to find that one.
I think I might have that as well, but I'll check.
Because I'm pretty sure Leonard answered the bell in the third period later that game.
This is some Canadian. I think it's a Canadian barn somewhere, and it's over pretty quick. But so you have to watch. But it's a pretty neat sequence. So instant regret from the guy that does the first dirty move as he gets tackled round the neck and boom.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit you see in your local barn.
Or the WWE.
Well, the WWE, yeah. I mean, the first move was pretty dirty with that. He got instant regret.
That second one, though, is like a stone cold stunner in reverse.
It's off the ropes, yeah. Right. Let's see. I thought I did have. I got so many clips. I need to annotate my clips better. No, that's the one we just watched. And then we just watched that one. I maybe don't have the one you're talking about.
I saw it, and I could have sworn I bookmarked it, and I could not find it when I went back to take all the clips.
But this one was also pretty good.
Oh, here we go. It just came out of the
gloves. Here we go. Michael Pizzetta. So much for the emotional stuff here, as Andreas Englund will take on Pizzetta. As Pizzetta trying to get his team activated, they fire away right hands as they stay in and hammer away. An uppercut, then an overhand, and Englund just connecting with 4 or 5 straight rights. Pizzetta, does he have much left? Now he switches to the left hand. They wrestle, adjusting his Englund. He got the right hand free again. This is old style right here. Oh, he just cocked a big hit by Englund. Another one. Pizzetta trying to hang on, and they should stop this. This is a one-sided fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Pizzetta started well, but I think Englund finished stronger.
Ooh.
That one wasn't bad.
We just had a game misconduct in the, who is this? The Canucks and, I don't know. Let's just play it. Sucker Punch.
Oh, Canucks Wild?
On the ice. Yeah, Canucks Wild is who it is. And just had a game misconduct call for a sucker punch while they were already down on the ice.
Oh, so that's not going to go well.
Just happened 8 minutes ago.
That is not going to go well later. Oh, have you transitioned?
Oh, no, I guess I have not.
Some people would say you did.
Let's try that again.
Oh.
So there's a punch while one guy's on his knees,
right, so
but then
down.
he hits the ice, and then he sucker punches him while he's on his back on the ice.
And this is a line that was crossed quite clearly.
Oh, I wonder if he's going to get a suspension.
Seems likely, because it also didn't look like it was necessarily as much a punch landing as like a forearm shiver. No, maybe it was just
a punch, I think, yeah.
The hand that got his face, but
like
yeah. So that just happened a few minutes ago.
We hear often of the.
And they're playing Blondie in the background. Call me, call me.
Yeah. So there's a possible
suspension
call from the league coming in soon.
Just the perfect timing for a suspension, don't you think?
Yeah.
Playoffs depends how long a suspension.
2 game suspension, you're out for the last 2 games of the season.
And they might not make the playoffs then. So you never know. They might still not make the playoffs. That would be quite
interesting.
That would be quite amusing if the Wild didn't make them playoffs after being in that wild card slot all year.
I think they're fine.
Oops. No, come on, Calgary. Come on, Calgary.
Calgary's got a long road to get there. Even though there's only 3 games left, there's got to be a lot of stuff that goes perfectly for them to get in.
Yeah, but these things happen. All they need to see, it's unfortunate for them they're not playing the Stars, because that would be a guaranteed regulation win.
I found the Ryan Leonard fight.
Oh, you did, right? Go for it.
So he gets the gigantic hit on him in the first period, and then in the second period, we get some glove drop.
He really doesn't like these. Yeah. Is it personal?
It's his first game, I think. So
he doesn't know anybody. Oh, that's a brawl. Yes, he destroyed him.
Well, I like at the beginning of the fight when the ref is over there and he hits him in the face while the ref is holding him before they actually go at it. Right. The ref's got him right there.
Yeah, that's right. Well done, ref.
And he's still throwing lefts. But then he gets taken down pretty hard after that.
Yeah. I like this. It's spirited. I like it.
He wants to stay in the league, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, seems unlikely, but
you never know.
I don't think Washington is hurting for AHL players to come up at this point. They're just resting people like the Avs did.
Well, exactly. That was fun, though. That was fun.
But, I mean, he gets called to the big show. He gets involved.
Yeah.
Pretty cool for him.
Indeed. So here's, we've seen a number of times this year hits that were good hits, and then everybody kind of goes nuts and starts fighting, even though the hit was clean. So here's another one of those from a Sabres-Panthers game. Let's see what everybody thinks of this one. There we go. Well, okay, we'll play it. We'll see what everyone thinks.
Nikola got cut off. Oh my, Gadjevich laying a huge hit.
In full speed, looked fine to me.
Yeah. It did result in a giant brawl, but I thought it was a good hit. Marchand has to be in there, of course.
Always.
He's just trying to have sex with that player. That's all it is.
Or at least lick him.
Lick him. So I want to see that again because I really think that was a clean hit.
Boy,
But yeah,
Mikola's a
everybody
big
goes
boy.
nuts.
No, he's skating with his head down.
Yeah.
And he got blown up.
Yeah, and it was... yeah. His head was down. He was well down.
He's not... Oh, that was close with the skate to the face.
That was, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it made contact. He's lucky it was probably the heel and not the blade.
Yeah. But once again, everybody goes nuts and starts fighting.
Sure.
It was...
Seems to be a thing this year.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Anyway, it was what it was. I don't know. Oh, okay.
We got to get close to wrapping up, but
yeah,
we've got a few more clips.
I got a couple more. Right, so this... Oh, yeah, I remember this. So I think that's a trip, but it wasn't counted as a trip. So I think that's a trip. Now, to be fair, I think it was at Nurse or whoever it was, did get the puck, but when getting the puck, practically put their entire arm and stick around the guy.
But if you get the puck, it's kind of like in soccer. If you get the ball first or if you get the puck, then whatever happens after doesn't really... And he swipes the puck.
Yeah. So, a little bit of controversy over that one. But it was mixed. It depends who you support, obviously, but it did not... It resulted in nothing, so it was seen as a clean play, but could have caused a little bit of controversy there. But anyway.
Since we occasionally like to show goalies doing something nice and good, I do have one of those plays this week. Swayman with absolute robbery in this one. I don't know if you saw this one, but Rob's carrier just absolutely steals this away from him. There's the first block.
Oh,
there's
and
the second save.
Wow. It's funny, Swayman is a good goalie. He's just had a terrible
He gets the
team.
first block and then manages to roll onto his stomach and get the glove up for the second one as that was going in.
That's right. He didn't even use his left arm or blocker. He uses
and it's his own
right
player
arm.
blocking him.
Yeah, he uses his
I don't know
right
if you
hand.
saw that at the end. Watch. So when it shows the other angle, it's his own player that he can't get around to get to the other side of the net.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wow.
Great save though.
But the fact he ends up using his left hand to stop it when he was completely facing the other way to start with is incredible. Yeah, good stop. I like Swayman. Good lad.
Really good one.
He's a good lad, isn't he?
I got 2 clips left. So I'll do mine real quick and then you can finish it out.
Almost at the end. Yeah.
Because we talked about it. Landeskog's first shift in 1,020 days. He's moving pretty good.
Yep. He wouldn't come back if he couldn't do it. Incredible, really, what they can do, and the determination that took.
Yeah.
A lot of players may have called it a day.
Only 2 professional athletes have ever played again after this injury. Lonzo Ball in the NBA, and now Landeskog. Because this does count as a professional, game coming back. So
oh, yeah, absolutely. It's AHL. It's professional.
It's the AHL, so it is a pro game. He's now scored a goal and an assist in his rehab or conditioning stint. He can only play in 1 more game because you can only play in 3 games while you're on the LTIR before you have to come off of the LTIR. But after tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. The Av season is done as of tomorrow.
Yeah.
So then you can activate him to the main team either way. So,
for sure, yeah.
Because
incredible story.
Done with the season.
Incredible story, really. It's let's hope he's okay and it stays.
I hope he plays for the rest of his remaining 5 years contract.
Yeah. Well, if he survives this, of course he will. Yeah.
I think everybody in Colorado over yesterday and today was just wincing every time anybody got near.
I know that's the worry, isn't
anywhere
it?
Near the knee.
You think he's gonna maybe trip or someone will bang him and his knee will
But
go
he's playing like he doesn't care. So that's the important thing. He's doing all the things. He got a penalty for cross-checking somebody in the back and then just whacking the hell out of him, and then he had multiple plays where he went into the boards with guys.
Yeah.
He at one point dove to save a goal in a defensive play. So, I mean, he kind of did all the things. So it looks like it's
real. It's real and it's happening.
It's real. It'll be there for the playoffs, and that should scare a lot of people in the league because that's like getting a trade.
It's a new signing. Yeah, it's like a new signing.
If he's playing second line or third line, I mean that's scary for a lot of teams in the league. Him coming back with what the Avs already have, so I'm excited. The energy here feels like the 2022 run. I kind of think that we're going to go deep, but I still think regardless of what you feel about the first round matchup, it feels like the first round matchup is still probably likely whoever wins it goes on to win the cup.
I just don't think we've got any confidence right now. We're just dreadful. I mean, everyone has realised that, and all the teams we've played in the last 15 games or so know exactly how to beat us, and they do it every time.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're dreadful.
I thought after we destroyed Winnipeg last year that we would have pretty easy work with you guys. That didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, you had some problems last year with various injuries.
No,
and so
last year Nichushkin.
Yeah. We didn't go into the playoffs last year with a dreadful run in front of it, but right now we're in disarray. I'm not being a downer. It's true. It's just realism. You just have to look at the stats. We're in disarray, and the eye test watching every game, they're lost out there, and they're getting there's no accountability or responsibility from the coaching side. They're just standing with their hands in their pockets, and they're yucking it up, laughing it off. Oh well, it doesn't matter. That game didn't matter. No, they all matter. Winners don't act like that. Winners want to win every game, no matter how meaningless you say it is. That's not true. Winners want to win. So,
what do you got left? Because I've got the one last clip that we kind of buried the lead with.
Ovi or?
Yeah, I mean, we've gone the whole show without showing Ovechkin breaking the actual record instead of tying it.
Well, I don't
that's
have
the only clip I've got left.
I do have the mic'd up stuff for the presentation, and I've got the Sorokin stuff, but I don't have the actual goal. So if you've got that,
I've got it.
Let's do it.
Let's start the OV stuff, I guess.
So yeah, we've got to say an incredible job.
Yeah.
But he'll probably never score again now. He'll never.
He's
he'll
gonna
never
score
again.
He's still got a whole season left. He's gonna score a crap ton still. I think he'll end up at like 935, 940.
Probably. Well, that's part of the mic'd up stuff.
He's already said that he will play next year and then go into the KHL the year after. So
yeah.
Transition.
So this is the
here
moment.
It is. Ovi breaks the record.
Try to force it to him if he's open. Here is Ovechkin. Shoots. He
And he didn't do it at home.
Nope.
Which is.
But he immediately does the belly slide. The whole team surrounds him. The thing that we were noticing was the LeBron James record and then the Ovi record. LeBron James celebrates by himself because nobody really cared. Ovechkin, everybody's around him.
They swarmed him, yeah. Yeah, they loved it. But yeah, I love the slide.
The difference between a selfish player and a team guy.
But yeah, we were speculating last week he might wait and do it at home, but he didn't. He went.
I never really thought he would do that. It was just it'd be funny if he did.
But I mean,
just
everybody
tank the game away so that he could try to do it at home.
I mean, even if you were, there was a lot of Caps fans there. Obviously, they bought tickets specifically for that. But even the Isles fans were.
Well, it's not that far to travel.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it's history. You're there. They were still applauding, and you're there to witness history. Whether it's your team or not, it's still something special. But they had them mic'd up, which is quite neat. And this is where Gretzky says, if you get to 900, I'll buy you a car or something.
Yeah, a Rolls Royce.
Oh, hang on. I want you to put the volume up so you can hear it properly.
Honestly, best thing ever happened to hockey. Thank you. Go, get to 900. You get to 900, I might buy you a car. I will try.
Best thing that's ever happened.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
The league bought Gretzky a Rolls Royce when Gretzky broke the record.
This is what I like.
Oh, did you guys get the puck?
Did you guys get the puck?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's worried about the puck. He also stripped off his jersey right then and put on another jersey because that jersey is going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he put on a new jersey on the bench.
Right, incredible. I wonder if he's probably going to put his underwear in the Hall of Fame as well.
Probably.
And then after this is the last clip. But obviously the opposing goalie, who will go down in history too,
who is a countryman of him.
This is a fellow countryman. This was a really nice moment too, though. Sorokin gave him a stick.
As well. And we just got word on social media giving a context to this picture here. Sorokin said Ovechkin asked for his stick before play resumed. He said he has given it to him. And there you see the photo with Wayne Gretzky.
Sorokin's not young, but he looks like a little kid.
He looks like he's 12, doesn't he?
But Johnny, we were all
So that was nice. I mean, Sorokin's, what are you going to do? I mean, he's in history now too. People will see that forever.
Well,
and nobody's going to hold it against him.
It also comes against Patrick Waugh to coach, one of the greatest goalies ever.
But,
the New York Islanders coach, Patrick Waugh, has the record broken against his team too.
No goalie is going to. I mean, somebody was going to be the guy, and Sorokin did nothing wrong. I mean, you can't stop that. He's right in his office and bang.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, TZ saying Ovi broke the record from the office. He did, but he did it the right way this year.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm not bitter about it.
I mean,
we were bitter about it last year if he had just hung on and just stayed in his office. But they have been a winning team all year, and he has contributed greatly to that to the season for them. So
I like him as a guy.
Happy.
I like him as a guy.
Yeah, I think he's hilarious.
Just checking on some.
I love all the talk about, well, Ovechkin is best buds with Putin. It's like, shut up.
Who gives a fuck? Yeah, who cares? Yes, shut up and go away. Who cares? It's up to him. That's his business. So,
it's the country he was born in.
Everyone has to pick a
Russian.
side. Stop making us all pick sides. Anyway, so the Wild have won against the Canucks. So the Wild won that game 3-2. The Blues and the Kraken are in a shootout right now. So we'll just hang on a few seconds longer to see what happens with that.
So does that put the Canucks out officially or not?
Well, the Canucks are out. It's
Okay.
Calgary are the only ones that could possibly make it.
That's right.
I'm just trying to get
Can't
the
believe
standings.
I had to go watch the freaking Canucks Colorado game with my daughter on Thursday because she's got a crush on Hughes. So she's sitting there cheering for the Canucks in her Avs jersey. I was like, no, never again. You're not going to another game. They've lost every game I've taken you to this year. We're not doing
She's
this
cursed.
anymore.
Cursed.
You have cursed our seats. Yeah.
So the Wild did win. I'm still waiting for the shootout to be determined in the other one. But let's look at the standings then briefly before we wrap up.
Sure.
If they've updated them. So, need the wild card view. Sorry. So, wild card, Western Conference, the Wild. They've not updated that yet. So but they will be on 95 points. So 1, 2, 3. Calgary's
not catching them.
They've got
and the Blues have been hot.
Well, the Calgary.
Yeah, but look at
mathematically, they could still catch them because they've got 3 games left. Calgary.
Technically. But all the Wild have to do is get one point or 2 points in their last game, and it's over as far as that. The Blues have been hot. They've now lost 2, but I mean Calgary's 5-2-3. It's not like they've been.
The Kraken have won that game in the shootout.
Okay, so it's more likely that Calgary could overtake the Blues. They're at 94.
Well, they'll be 94.
94 with 1 game left. They can get to 96 total. Calgary could tie them at 96 if they win out.
They've still not updated this.
It usually takes a while.
Yeah. So Calgary are not out yet, but it's still tough. But they're not out.
They've got to win out their games.
They've got to win out They've got to win all their games. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a little bit more leeway with the Blues, but they still have to win all their games. So
I just don't see it happening.
Well, stranger things have happened. I don't know what the remaining schedule is for these guys. So the Blues have got they have. What's saying here? They've only got 1 game left. The Blues.
Yeah,
and it's against
this was 81.
Utah. So they've got
this
Utah.
was 81 for Minnesota and the Blues.
So the Blues
Calgary's at 79. They've got 80, 81, 82.
So the Blues have got
3 games.
The Blues have got a game against Utah. It's at home. The Wild have got a game against Anaheim, but they're also at home. The Wild.
Technically, both of those should be wins. Yeah. And since there's something to play for, they're not going to be resting.
No, and Calgary have got a game at home against the Sharks.
That's a win.
It's a win. A game at home against Vegas.
That's trouble. Except Vegas is probably locked in too, so they
and
don't care.
A game away against LA, which is not easy either. So it's tough. They have a tough road to do it, but they're not out. But it's tough. Yeah. Anywho, so there it was.
That is our show.
Another outstanding show. Well done to
go
us.
sign up for the bracketology. Contact me or 70s on Twitter or our emails on YouTube.
Need you guys in our bracket challenge, so get signed up, as Brahma says, and
let's make it fun.
And then we'll announce where we're going to.
Because we've got 2 more months of hockey.
Well, you have.
No, we've got a show for 2 more months of hockey.
Well, I know, but I'll just be an innocent bystander.
Actually, it's closer to 3 months. It goes into June.
Soon it'll just be all year round.
I'd be fine with that.
I'm okay with that.
I like having the break on our show for 2 or 3 months.
So, Darren, it's funny because I was watching some old footage of this guy he's talking about on YouTube, Dave Allen, who's an Irish comedian, very popular in Britain. He had a lot of shows, popular TV shows, stand-up comedian. Well, usually sit-down comedian with a whiskey, but he used to say, while closing out his show, "Good night, good luck, and may your God go with you," because he was Irish. So that's what we're going to say tonight. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
We will do the intro as an outro, but it will also kick people over to Zach's show. If you have any interest in checking out Zach's show. I think Mad's on there tonight, Senevir's on there tonight. I'm not sure what
scraping the bottom of the barrel then.
Yeah. Well, Mad's scraping the bottom of his pill barrel. So.
Anyway.
So we'll give you an intro as an outro, and hope you guys have a great week. Please do sign up for the bracketology.
See you soon,
have a
guys.
good night, everybody.
Good night.